and welcome back to I Can Blank Energetic Healing. My name is Kennedy. Thank you for joining me again for another pick a pile reading. So 3 piles to choose from today. We're going to be doing a message from Spirit. What is it the Spirit would like you to know right now? Maybe a little word of encouragement is what I'm getting as well. So maybe you need a little bit of a pep talk today. But that is what we have on the agenda. So we'll be doing an energy check at the beginning, and that will be with the Starseed Oracle. And we'll be reading the message from that Oracle deck for you today. Hopefully there is something there that you need to hear. We will also be using the Wild Unknown Tarot for pile 1. Pile 2, this is the Fountain Tarot. And for pile 3, the True North Tarot. So without further ado, take a moment to connect, to center, to ground, and choose your pile. You can always choose your pile as well using the timestamps in the description box below. I know sometimes the numbers hit for you as an individual, maybe you see a series of numbers that has really been calling to you, and that can just be further confirmation that that pile is for you. All right, I'll see you in your reading. Hello and welcome, pile 1. If you chose the Wild Unknown Tarot, then this reading is for you. So if you skipped the intro, that is a-okay, but we're just going to be doing some messages from Spirit. What is it the Spirit wants you to know and be aware of at this point in time? We'll be starting with an energy check. So the Starseed Oracle deck will be giving us some information about what it is that you're needing to hear right now. And so if the Oracle card resonates and hits for you, then this is your pile. If not, you got 2 others to choose from. I always like to say, if it's not working, don't try to make it fit. And you have free will. You don't have to sit and listen to something that doesn't resonate. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? So, starting here with Lost Lands, Soul Memories, and Gifts. You've done this before. Yeah. So I'm already getting past life energy off the bat. So maybe you have been connecting to past lives. Maybe you've been having some deja vu, some experiences in that nature. But we'll go ahead and read the description for you. I'll go ahead and show it to you. So if you want to take a screenshot, you are welcome to do that. So we'll just hold this here for you if you want to take a quick screenshot. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's read it. So, the world is far more ancient than our documented history suggests. As souls, many of us have experienced ancient eras on this planet that were much more advanced than ours today. As we begin to remember these times, the remembering and the gifts can come flooding back. At this stage in Earth's timeline, we need the wisdom of the ancients to survive as a species. You're being called to connect with lost wisdom of your own soul. If you feel guided to make a change in your life, to step into a new career path, birth a creation, or bring an idea to life, but feel unprepared, this card is calling you to consider that you've done this before. Perhaps your soul has wisdom beyond what your lifespan can imagine. Perhaps the intuitive hits and ideas you've been receiving are divinely guided. Perhaps you've been preparing for this time. Some think that the lost lands exist in the past. Others believe they exist today in a different dimension. I believe these ancient lands also exist in the souls of those who've experienced them. If this card comes to you, perhaps the wisdom of lost lands such as Lemuria, Atlantis, and Avalon exist within you. And through surrendering to the intelligence of your soul, you can unlock these seeds of these ancient lands so we can all learn from our mistakes and usher in a new age. Starseed activation, place the card on the portal of your heart and whisper the following: I unlock any forgotten wisdom and soul gifts from lifetimes past. Yeah. So like I was saying, past life energy is definitely present. So as it said, if you've been called lately to kind of switch things up and to tap into something new, but something that at the same time feels familiar, this is confirmation from Spirit that yes, full steam ahead, whatever it is that you have been called to experience, to share, to learn a little bit more about, you are definitely being given the green light to do so. So Spirit, what further message do you have for pile 1? What else do you want them to know about these gifts? Yeah. What else do you want pile 1 to know about these gifts, Spirit? Oh, we'll take it. Last one, please. I don't know. I just felt like 4 was a good choice. Okay. So, we'll start with that one because it feels right. Yeah. So with the Page of Wands, this is like passion, new excitement, going excitedly in the direction that you are craving. Yes. Okay, cool. Cool. I like this. Yeah. So Daughter of Wands is the Page of Wands, and it's just talking about like moving with excitement into this new endeavor, this new experience. Like there's this passion that you haven't quite been able to like really get your like sink your teeth into, is what I'm hearing. So there's something that Spirit really wants you to like sink your teeth into. The Emperor, trees, often like roots, right? So your ancestors could be really present here, trying to give you this stable foundation, the stability and the structure to dig into whatever this gift is. So these are gifts that are it's in your lineage, it's in your blood, it's in your birthright, is what I'm hearing. And so it might seem this eclipse too, it's like maybe you thought that this gift skipped you, like it didn't land with you, but Spirit's saying no, it just wasn't time yet. It wasn't time for you to really experience the gift, for you to be able to put it to its full um, like depth. Like you weren't really able to appreciate it for what it was. So Spirit's saying like now's the time that your ancestors, your spirit guides are really wanting you to hold space for whatever this gift is. Yeah. And so the 7 of Wands here I'm getting is like, don't trick yourself. Like don't try to talk yourself out of like, oh, this isn't about me, this has nothing to do with me. Like you can be your own worst enemy, is what I'm hearing, because Spirit's like, no, this is literally a part of you. This is something that you have every right and like authority, is what comes up with the Emperor. It's like you have the authority to like make the decision to say, you know what, I might be a little scared, I might be a little nervous, I might feel imposter syndrome, is what's coming forward. So Spirit's really saying like it's um, I don't watch the show, but it's Adventure Time. Is that what it is? But the sucking at something is the first step of being sort of good. So it's like, yeah, you're gonna have to really suck at something before you're ever good at it. You're gonna have to stumble. You're gonna have to fall. You're gonna have to like create your own foundation to build on. And like at first it might be shaky, but you're gonna find better stones to just build that experience taller and more proud and more substantial than it ever was before. So with that, imposter syndrome is all I'm getting from this 7 of Swords. It's like, quit trying to lie to yourself, quit trying to deceive yourself and pretend that you aren't capable of manifesting your hopes, your dreams, and utilizing these gifts that you have been clearly blessed with. I have another deck that shows the Page of Wands. It's like a little girl and she's holding a stick and she's just like, look at this thing that I have. And that's what Spirit's really wanting you to do. Spirit's wanting you to just like run forward, start to share, start to show, and don't try to trick yourself out of having passion and excitement for what it is that you're doing. Spirit really wants you to knock off this imposter syndrome because you are meant to elevate yourself and others. I'm really being drawn to all these other birds, and it's like you're starting to blaze a trail to set the standard, to show others a new way of existing, a new way of being. And that pulls me back to that soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. Like you've done this before. Once you grease the wheels and start pedaling the bike, I'm hearing like the momentum that you're going to build and the path that you're going to show others, you're going to be blown away. And when you look back, you're just going to be like, yes, actually, you're right. I've definitely done this before. Because once you get going, it's just going to be so fluid. It's going to be like jumping back on that bike. Yeah. Okay. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Thank you. The moon. Yeah. So I'm just getting like, it was something that was hidden. It wasn't time yet. It wasn't time yet. It wasn't time yet for you to have that experience. There was something that you needed to learn and transform and to really find balance in your life before spirit felt like you were ready. Yeah. Spirit needed you to balance your own like physical reality and really start connecting to your intuitive gifts before it wanted to give you this opportunity. I'm getting, because like, yes. Oh, I love when spirit does that. So, these are big cards, man. Emperor, Temperance, High Priestess, Judgment, Hierophant. Like, these are big. The Moon. These are these are heavy hitters. So with the High Priestess, like, yes, spirit was really wanting you to connect to your own innate wisdom, to connect to your own spirituality, sense of right and wrong, learning. Right? This isn't a cub. Like, this is a fierce tigress. She is standing in her power. She knows what's what, and she knows that this is a gift that needs protecting. So in the past, I know this isn't a stork, but like, I always think of it's like a stork, and even though this is a flame, I just see it as like, you were just a baby. So like, you really had to grow and walk on your own two legs and learn right from wrong, and learn what it is that you actually stand for, what it is that you want to protect and nurture, because you were meant to be a teacher. You're meant to have this higher level of knowledge, and you're meant to be a part of this. The Hierophant to me is a teacher as well. So someone who shows guidance, spiritual guidance, spiritual knowledge, spiritual insight. It's higher level commitments too. So spirit needed you to see the value in what it is that you're doing, and to realize that like, you're hanging on to a key, you're holding a key for a lot of people to use to be able to unlock their own spiritual gifts, their own insight, their own wisdom. Maybe even these like soul memories as well, because this is a level up. Like, these are, whew, that's big energy, mama. So maybe someone here's a mother as well. I guess that could be some energy I'm getting as well. So yeah, spirit just wants you to know that like, this isn't t-ball. This is the major leagues. So like, whatever you're doing, it's some big energy, it's some big stuff, and spirit really wanted you to be prepared for what it is that the path that spirit was about to guide you and take you down. Because it's like, why would you put a toddler in a car and think it was ready to drive, right? Like, spirit wanted you to learn how to drive a stick shift first and to like really figure out how to shift gears, how to, speed up, slow down, and to know when you need to let off the gas and, hit the brakes and all that. So yeah, that's really what I want to check the bottom of the deck. Yes, confirmation, Ace of Swords. You want to, thank you. Ace of Swords, that's just confirmation from spirit. Yes, clarity, 11:44 on the time, if that's significant to you. So with that, spirit, is there any last tidbits, any thanks? 5 of Wands. Yeah, don't fight it. I'm getting like, there's no need to be combative. There's no need to fight this. There's no need to hold back, is also what I'm getting. Like, again, I'm getting this energy of like, the only person you're fighting is yourself. I just got that whole quit hitting yourself, quit hitting yourself. Like, this isn't something to beat yourself up about. Just because you didn't know, I get it. Let me reformulate this. You can't beat yourself up for not knowing what you didn't know, right? Like, you learn when you're supposed to receive the knowledge you're meant to have, because it's going to help you in the future. So like, there's no need to beat yourself up over not having, all this wisdom when you were 12, right? Like, you've had the path you've had so that you can light the way for others, so that you can, I'm getting this like moonlit path, so that you can show others the way through the darkness, the way out of their own sorrows, grief. Not that you have to take on all of that for others, but just that you have the ability to show others the way out. Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Pile 1, that is where I'm going to leave your reading. Love that. 13:13 on the clock. So if you would like to support me and show some love, the easiest way for you to do that is by subscribing, liking, commenting. Let me know what you think of this reading, how it resonated with you. That being said, I hope you enjoy this whenever you're watching it, day or night, and I look forward to doing this again soon. Bye, Pile 1. Hello, Pile 2. If you chose the Fountain Tarot, this is your reading for today. And if you skipped the intro, no big deal, but we're just going to be checking in with the Starseed Oracle deck, and this is going to give us a little energy check for what it is that you might be experiencing, going through, and what little message Spirit has for you, and then we'll get some clarity with the tarot deck today. So we will go ahead and get her going. Starting with, I remember, soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. Okay, Spirit. Pile 2, I feel like we're getting a theme with this reading tonight. Oops. So, I remember. So, you might be experiencing some deja vu. Lots of different opinions and beliefs about deja vu. So, if you have a unique one, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. I've heard it's a positive thing. I've heard it's a negative thing. I heard it's like a check-in, like a checkpoint, like you are here, you've done this. Do you want to do this again? Or it can also just be like, you're here, you've made it, you're on the right path. But yeah, I'm curious as to what it is that you believe. I'll go ahead and show you this reading. If you want to take a screenshot, I'll leave it up for the next 3, 2, 1. Okay. And then I'll go ahead and read it for you. There was a moment before you were born when you choose the conditions of your life you're living right now, when you plotted out these exact moments along the timeline of your life. We live in a world of free will, and therefore these moments become our destiny only through saying yes. The fated life is the one we were born into. The destiny life is the one our soul chooses, and it takes courage and faith. If you pull this card, it's likely because you're likely now face to face with the choice to follow the destiny life over the fated life, to trust the path that your soul is calling you towards, and to remember that this moment was prearranged on your life's timeline. You may find yourself at a crossroads, at a moment when you're being called to make a decision, to help walking the perfectly laid out path before you, or choose the one less traveled. You may be facing a change of career, a new relationship, a difficult decision, or something else that requires courage and faith. You're being invited to remember your soul's greater plan and to surrender to it. When you're confronted with a path that's undefined, it's normal for doubt to rear its head. In fact, this is a certain sign that you're facing your soul's greater plan. Every hero in his or her life journey comes eye to eye with doubt. The only way around it is through it. It's all part of the larger plan. Starseed Soul Inquiry, what are you being called to do to surrender to your soul's plan? Yes. So I'm hearing crossroads, I'm hearing surrender. And a big like highlight on choices here. So speaking of crossroads, if you are ever working with deities, or you're attracted to, connected with the triple moon goddess Hecate, then yeah, that's just like confirmation. I'm definitely getting some of her energy at the present time. So pile 2, let's see what else Spirit has to say. Oh, Hecate is the goddess of crossroads. That is like one of her many things that she is associated with. And so it's always like she helps, particularly women during times of crossroads and change. How many was that? We'll do one more because I wasn't counting. I like to do 3, but don't hold me to it because sometimes I'm too busy yapping. All right. Spirit, what message? Okay, let's just, all right, you know, whatever. If it's up, I'll take it because that was very bossy. Okay, so the first card that actually threw its head out was the Lovers. And so something that the Oracle card had talked about was like maybe you're changing career paths or you're in a new relationship. And the Lovers coming out is really like Spirit saying, let's talk about this relationship. Because it seems like, yeah. Ooh, I hear you, Spirit. Okay, so the message that I am kind of getting loud and clear is like there is something that you have just been holding on to for dear life. and that it's going to take some serious strength for you to let go and to move away from a relationship, a soul tie. I don't use that word, but I guess it matters here. So, or a soul tie that you are just like hanging on to for dear life. And I am hearing, for the love of God, can you let that go? So with the Chariot, I'm seeing like the two reins. You can go in two directions. You have choices. You have the option to just like sit there and suffer and just, and honestly, like that takes some serious energy and strength to do. It does. It takes a lot of strength. Like it takes a lot of energy to suffer. And like when you finally put the energy of your suffering into a different path, you're going to be like, wow, I was just, I don't want to say wasting, but I mean, homie does look like he's wasting away a bit here. So that being said, Spirit's just wanting you to like acknowledge that it takes strength to pull the knives out, to get up off the floor, and to let go of whatever this is. And like Spirit wants you to be stepping into, well, pause, please. So Spirit is wanting you to be stepping into this energy of power, of strength, and self-control, self-reliance is also coming through there. And like learning to be confident in yourself, confident in your abilities and what you can provide for yourself, do for yourself. And like someone who's in this energy doesn't know how to stand in the spotlight because they're too busy just like being hunched over and acting like a bug. So sorry for being so hard on you. I understand. I understand this energy. I've been in this energy. I'm also very much like a tough love kind of person. So you can thank my mother for that. But if you are, I will hold your hand and tell you to get up at the same time. I'm not going to hold your hand and stroke your back and grab you tissues. Like, so if that's what you're needing, maybe find a different channel. Anyway, so, but honestly, if you're still here, then this is probably what you need to hear because you have choices, you have options, you get to decide the direction that you go. And I love how the two horses here are like, one's looking at the suffering and one is looking at this, like, grab the sword, go in the direction that you want with confidence, ease, agility, quickness, intelligence. So, our Page of Swords, he is learning something new. So, I'm getting like new communication, new energy, new love, new romance, because like this guy is charging towards the lovers. Like he is ready to stake his claim, to show up and show off is what I'm getting. So the Knight of Swords is also just like witty, smart, witty, clever, funny, chatty. Sometimes the Page of Swords too can talk about like it's communication. Yes. So like different ways of communication. This also is giving me very much like social media apps, internet vibes. Um, this is a random reference, but I don't know if you've ever seen Digimon, but like the movie, it gives me like Digimon vibes. So it's like connecting through the ether, the interwebs. So Spirit's really saying like there's a whole world out there and a whole new means of communication and connecting with others. So try to pull the swords out of your back and put them to good use. Like find swiftness, find new direction, clarity, get clear on what it is that you're wanting from a relationship, what it is that you will and won't allow, have the strength to say no, have a strength to find your backbone, to stand up for yourself. And because what you're wanting is like a karmic connection that is equal, that has this like almost a sense of finality in it. Like you want that forever partner. So why are you accepting something that doesn't give you what you want forever? Like, do you always want to feel this way? Sometimes we get comfortable in our own pain and suffering. But you know, it doesn't seem, it's, you have the choice. You have the choice. You can sit, you can wallow, or you can get up, learn something new, start learning how to communicate with others differently, more effectively, set your boundaries, know when you are going to get up and walk away, and really learn how to stand up for yourself, learn how to not take anyone's BS is what I'm getting. No more red flags. Yeah. Okay. Sorry for like jumping you there, but apparently that's what needed to be said. Anything else, Spirit? Yes. Okay. You're going to love this. We are in a time of introspection, self-reflection. It's time you got to take time for you. If you're wanting to get to this point, this takes introspection. This is hermit energy. This is the time to really seek connection with yourself. Yeah, it's time for a little bit of solitude. So you're going to get up off the ground, you're going to wipe yourself off, and you're going to take time to find your glow up, is what I'm getting. Like, yeah, baby steps. Oh, there's that whole thing about like, oh, what is it? It's like people always say baby steps, like they're just taking little small steps, but a baby step is actually like the most brave, wobbly, messy thing you can do to try to get somewhere new. Yeah. So just know that like it might not be pretty in the process. You're going to have moments where you want to fall right back to the ground, but like Spirit is saying, you have the ability to start small and to really get going and find movement. Like there's positive movement and direction towards this partnership that you are seeking. Okay. Anything else, Spirit? Yeah. Yeah. So with the Five of Cups, sure, things haven't worked out. There are things that have spilled over, but if you just turn around and look, there are other things that are emotionally fulfilling that are just right behind you if you would just turn around and look. So Spirit really wants you to take the blinders off and to start looking around and seeing what it already is that you have to be grateful for. And maybe it's not romantic relationships. Maybe there are friendships. Maybe there are partnerships. I'm getting like maybe you have a business partner. Maybe you have someone that you work with, a coworker, who's, been there, who hears the drama, listens, and has been holding space for you. Maybe, take some time to nurture that relationship as well and give gratitude where it belongs. Yeah. Nine of Wands. So Knight of Wands is like, it's the final push. It's the final battle. Like you've been working so like it takes work, it takes effort to climb the steps to get to where you want to go, and like it feels like another, like a final push, and sometimes it's like, another thing, and Spirit's like, yeah, another one, because life is all about learning, about growing, and this is like after a battle, you might feel a little beat up, but like you've learned a lot, you've grown a lot, um, and Spirit commends you for that. Spirit commends you for getting off the ground. Yes, because this is kind of bringing me back to feeling like you have a community of people around you who love, who care about you, who support you, and who are happy to help fill your cup and celebrate you as needed. So I think Spirit also is really saying like, yes, you can get to this karmic partnership relationship, this thing that you want so desperately, but you really need to learn to appreciate what it is that you already have around you, to let go of what isn't working out, to appreciate the community that you have built, are building, or are going to build, and give thanks for what it is, to really start focusing on what it is you want to learn. And I'm getting like, how do you want to communicate with others? And I'm being returned to the Knight of Swords and how I told you that he is the wittiest. So it's like, how can you bring humor back into your life? Yeah. Notice like this darkness is kind of like at this the center of it all, but like how can you start to bring in some light into your life as well? Yeah. Okay. Well, that is all I have for you, pile two. Sorry if I got an attitude with you there, but I think it's what you needed to hear. So let me know if this resonated with you. The easiest way to support me, should you like, is to like, to comment, to subscribe. I would love to hear how this hit for you in the comments. And with that, I hope you enjoy this reading whenever you are seeing it, day or night. I look forward to doing this again soon. Bye, pile two. Hello, pile three, and welcome to your reading. If you didn't check out the intro, we are going to be starting with an oracle card. This will just kind of set the theme, the tone for your reading. If it doesn't resonate, you have two other piles to choose from. Don't hang out if it doesn't hit. Unless you just want to hear my voice and do something else, that's cool too. Totally get that. But yeah, if it doesn't serve you, if it doesn't make sense, if it doesn't hit, you can always choose something else. You have free will. You don't have to sit and listen to something that doesn't make sense. So we will get the party started with all paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. Okay. So we're going to read the actual description from the Oracle deck just because I feel like these have been, I don't know, just really telling as to what our whole reading is about today. So if you want to have this for later, feel free to take a screenshot. You can read it. I'll hold it for 3, 2, 1. All right. And now I will read it for you. It's normal to look to the external world for answers and guidance. What's revolutionary is turning your gaze inward. You're being called to source your guidance from within, to study the terrain of your inner landscape, to develop a reliable relationship with your soul. The more time you spend connecting with your soul, the deeper the connection will become. The challenge for empaths is staying connected without cutting off from the world. The best way to do this is to develop a daily practice that helps you keep checking in, to draw on the wisdom within, and to let that be the authority in your life. If this card appears, you may be called to develop or switch up your spiritual practice. To get in the habit of turning your, I'm burping now, guys, so I don't know what you guys, throat issues. Okay. To get in the habit of turning your gaze within, getting centered for the day before consuming anything from the outside world. To start from a feeling of at-homeness, and throughout each day to find simple ways to keep coming home. This doesn't mean switching off from the realities of today's world. We need as many conscious people as possible living with their eyes wide open. Rather, it's a call to start your day from a place of connectedness, grace, and devotion, so that when you go out into the world and when you let the world in, you do it from an unshakable state of being, a state where you draw your strength, authority, and guidance from a place deep, deep within. Starseed inquiry: how are you being called to turn your gaze within? Okay, so I already feel like this is my pile that I need to tell you. Maybe this is my pile. Don't let your phone be the first thing that you look at in the morning. I had a boss who always said, take 19 minutes. Start your day with 19 minutes for like self-reflection and to plan how your day is going to go. So take 19 minutes when you first wake up and decide what it is that you're going to do with your day. 19 minutes because it's a weird number that you'll always remember, and then doing so because when you look at your phone, you are immediately letting other things start dictating what it is that you're going to be doing with your day. If you're checking emails, if you're looking at text messages, if you are, responding to DMs, then you're immediately letting other things start to dictate and decide what you're doing with your day. But if you take that time right at the start of your day and say, like, no, this is what I'm going to do, this is how I'll spend my day, then you're setting the standard, setting the timeline for the rest of your day, and really having like authority over your life, not letting others take that from you. Okay, cool. Last one. All right, Spirit, what message do you have for pile 3? Spirit, what message? Thank you. Anything else, Spirit? Okay, oh, all right, we are throwing stuff. Death. 4 of Wands. This is giving me like, what commitments do you need to let go of? But we'll see. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. So with the 8 of Wands, it's this communication, a message that's coming in, and the Hermit. So I think that's so cute. It's cute because the theme of this card was talking about like that inner wisdom, that inner guidance. What messages are you getting from yourself? And this is like communication coming in hot. The Hermit, internal guidance, isolation, taking time for yourself, looking inward, right? So like the Spirit's really wanting to hammer home, like, start listening to yourself. You don't need external validation. You don't need external sources. You don't need to be looking out. You need to start looking within. So if you're someone who, if you're someone, when you go to a restaurant and you go get something to eat and then you ask someone else, you're like, hey, what is it that you're getting? And they're like, oh, well, I'm going to get a burger. And you're like, okay, I'm going to get a burger. Do you even want that? Is that even what you want? Or are you just saying yes because someone else has done like the thinking part for you? Spirit's like, no, start making your own choices, your own decisions, and acting from a place of like you. Do you even? I think this is a lot for I'm getting I okay. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of like stories and stuff from a boss that I had. So I took, I guess you need to know the story. I took his daughter on a trip, drove her from one state to the next, and I was just asking her all the things. I'm like, what do you want to do? What are your plans? What's your intention? What is it that you want? And she was just like, well, my mom wants this. My dad wants this. My mom wants this. My dad wants this. My parents think this. My parents this. My parents that. And I'm like, I don't know, turning 22, 23. No, she turned 21. Yeah, she had like just hit drinking age. And I was just like, okay, well, what do you want? And her eyes just got so big. So like maybe when people ask you like, what do you want? Your eyes just get huge. And it's just like, that's why you need to take time for yourself. You really need to like have that introspection and look and see, like sit in silence. And what is it that you want? What makes you tick? You know, if you are constantly doing what other people want, you're going to be halfway through your life sitting, you know, I'm getting that image of like sitting in your living room and being like, damn, I didn't do a single thing that I wanted. I'm constantly pleasing others and doing things for others, and I haven't lived a life for myself. Like, I understand that some people don't want to be considered selfish, but like, if you're going to be selfish with anything, be selfish with your peace and be selfish with your time, because they are the most precious things that you have. So really take that to heart. I feel like that's being reiterated with the death card. It's like we have this one life. Like, yes, your soul is eternal, but like you have this one life to live. What do you want to do with it? How do you want to spend it? Because ultimately that choice is yours. And all of the little decisions that you make day in, day out, that builds the life that you are creating. So what do you want to do with this life? And what do you want to commit to? With this Four of Wands, it's about commitment. It's about it can be the marriage card too, but it's just like, what do you want to commit yourself to? What do you want to commit to? What do you want to make the goal of this great big life of yours? I'm getting some like younger vibes here. So if you're reading that, or if you're watching this reading, maybe like you are in school, just got out of school. But yeah, like this is your life, man. So decide what it is that you want to do with it, or otherwise other people are going to keep deciding for you. So yeah, maybe you need a social media detox is what I'm getting as well. Anything else? Ooh, geez, these cards. Okay, anything else, Spirit? What other messages do you have for my pile 3 here? For the storytellers. Since that's okay. I'm feeling extra chatty here. I'm also going more in depth, like telling you guys these little side stories for no reason, but apparently there is a reason. And I had the burps and stuff whenever I was reading this card. So like throat chakra activation is here, communication messages. So maybe you really need to start hearing the sound of your own voice. Maybe you're not even used to hearing the sound of your own voice. So I encourage you to sing. If you're not a singer, you don't like singing, a hum. So literally just taking a breath in, exhales are hums. And just feeling that that sound, that vibration, start connecting to your own voice. Yeah, Spirit really wants you to figure out like the sound of your own voice. Anything else? Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So with this moon, this is like illusions, what's hidden. So maybe you have this like disillusionment around being heard, being seen, and like I'm getting this like, oh, I can't. I'm getting like, I'm just a girl. I'm just a baby. I'm just a this. I'm just a that. I'm just a nobody. I'm just a whatever. And like, you're keeping yourself hidden. You're keeping yourself small. You're making it like, oh, do you see this mountain? You were supposed to take up so much more space than what you are. And there is this path that's like leading you there. So if you just dip your toe in the water, you'll be able to see that the magnitude of like your own soul, your own individuality, and really like connect to that. There's no reason for it to be hidden any longer, is what I'm getting. And with the King of Swords, this is clarity, quick, concise, conscious, diligent effort in a specific direction that you want to go. This is a card of authority, intellect, confidence, clarity. Like the King of Swords is very no nonsense. There's not really like a lot of emotions attached to it. He is just like, this is what we're doing. Get in the car, let's go. That's the energy that the King of Swords gives. And like, if you tap into this King of Swords energy, what I'm getting is the 10 of Coins is to come. So like prosperity, abundance, fulfillment, manifesting what it is you want into this physical reality will be certain. Like there will be no doubt about it so long as you start speaking up, is what I'm getting. Like speak up, share your thoughts, the direction that you want things to go, get clear about your intentions. And I'm being drawn to the swords now of just like cut out anything that doesn't serve you, that no longer serves you, that doesn't add value to your life. Yeah. I'm getting like put some timers on your apps, like let things time out. So give yourself a little more like parameters, hard lines. Yeah, hard lines is what I'm getting. You need hard lines in your life. Know whenever know when a boundary has been crossed, know when you have reached, know when it's gone too far. Know, and that's with anything and everybody in your life, is like I'm getting this like wishy-washy. I'm not trying to be mean per se, but like I'm getting a little wet blanket energy. So like let's find, there's been a couple different messages and themes, so maybe you've watched a couple different piles, but like, or all three piles, I don't know, sure, go for it. But I'm getting this like backbone. Where's your backbone? Ooh, there's this song that I use in my Spinal Energetics playlist, and it's like, where's your love? Where's your pride? Where's your confidence? Where are your fears? Like Spirit really wants you to connect to that inner, your soul, like connect to that inner dialogue, that inner conversation. Spirit wants you to start having like serious heart to hearts with yourself and know what it is that you want, that you are after, that you want to go towards, because this is your life. It's nobody else's, it is yours. So I hope that you are making decisions and choices that serve you best and not just what anyone else wants of you or wants from you. And with that, it was 13:33 on the timer. So 333 could be significant to you, which is cute because it's about like community coming together and creation. So yeah, Spirit just wants to say, choose who you keep around you wisely. Yeah, that's what I have for you today, pile 3. Ooh, 333 and pile 3. How cute. We love to see it. So pile 3, if you enjoyed this reading, if you want to tell me how it hits, how it resonates, feel free to leave a comment. The easiest way to support me, comment, like, subscribe, and I look forward to doing this again real soon. Bye, pile 3.